Ron DeSantis to file for New Hampshire primary Thursday. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis will file his 2024 bid for New Hampshire's presidential primary on Thursday afternoon, according to his campaign, which claims he'll be the first major candidate to file to be on the primary ballot. Time equals 400 ms. Greater than. However, North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, who narrowly met the polling and donor requirements to participate in both presidential primary debates, is expected to file Thursday morning, ahead of DeSantis. Sounds like someone's insecurity is starting to show, Burgum Press Secretary Lance Trover said. In response to DeSantis' campaign's claim that the Florida governor would be the first major candidate to file in New Hampshire, New Hampshire radio host Jack Heath first reported DeSantis filing, which DeSantis plans to do in person at the State House in Concord. He'll be landing in the state for a campaign swing later this week, his first since mid-August. DeSantis has spent the vast majority of his primary campaign in Iowa, having now visited 74 of the state's 99 counties. DeSantis' message to reverse America's decline and revive the American dream is continuing to resonate with voters across New Hampshire. The first in the nation state will be seeing a lot of him this fall. No one will outwork Ron DeSantis, the spokesperson said. DeSantis filing will take place on the first day the window to do so opens in New Hampshire. Many of his competitors also plan to put their names on the ballot there this week, too. New Hampshire holds the first Republican presidential primary next year, following the Iowa caucuses, which will be held on January 15. New Hampshire hasn't yet set a date for its primary, but it is expected to be before the third GOP primary contests, which are the two sets of caucuses that will take place February 8 in the U.S. Virgin Islands and in Nevada. Former U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Nikki Haley and former Vice President Mike Pence are expected to file on Friday in the Granite State. DeSantis' last campaign event in New Hampshire was August 19. He has since then been campaigning heavily in Iowa or fundraising in California and Texas. The absence appears to have cost him some ground in a few early presidential primary polls. A CBS News poll from late September shows him at second with 13%, well behind former President Donald Trump, 50%. Haley is within the margin of error with DeSantis at 11%. Burgum attracted 2% support. A Suffolk University, Boston Globe, USA Today poll released on October 4 had Haley leading DeSantis by 9 points in New Hampshire. Asked on Tuesday if he has any concerns about how he'll do in the state, DeSantis said his campaign laid the groundwork in the state over the summer and that he'll be in the state a lot in the fall. You want to peak in New Hampshire at the end of the year, the beginning of next year. You don't want to peak in the summer before. This stuff goes up and down, DeSantis said on New Hampshire radio. Time equals 400 ms. Greater than. The window for candidates to file in New Hampshire begins Thursday, October 11, and the deadline is October 27, according to New Hampshire's Secretary of State.